We didn't have much time to work on it, so the time we did have, we concentrated on designing the chassis and designing the powertrain to best fit the situation we figured we'd be up against to give us more traction to defeat them, pushing them into the wall.
Watch Terminal Frenzy's hammer smash chunks of concrete out of the floor, as well as giving Nemesis a bad headache. Unfortunately, Terminal Frenzy's hammer just bounced off Biohazard, who made very short work of flipping him over.
We have a winner!
The ball you see is one of the arena hazards and is in fact a 15-pound bowling ball known as the Ball of Doom.
From the United States of America, Frenzy!
Nothing LA confidential about this team from the West Coast, well known after 6 years together. Watch for a frenzied attack from the mighty Action at 209.4 pounds, the heaviest here.
Hi, we're here for the American War of Independence. This is Frenzy the Robot. We are Team -0. My name is Patrick Campbell. This is my wife Joanna. We're here from California. And this robot is mean, it's big, it's going to kick some butt. We got a big axe with a robot tenderizer at the end, meant to destroy and kill all robots.
From the United Kingdom, Detonator!
Robot Wars veteran seen in the first wars with a new team member, 8-year-old Tegan Crosby, daughter of Captain David. 2 spikes and a ram make this detonator explosive. Out with a whimper though in the first wars, never got going. Stuck on an arena spike, much to the displeasure of teacher David Crosby.
Hello, we're back for the War of Independence, and this time we've got Detonator. We have a new team member, Tegan, who's going to attempt to drive the machine, hopefully. And we brought Claire back from the Napalm team. We've lost Vicky, who's gone on holiday. And what we're going to try and do is ram these American upstarts with this large red ramming device and hopefully get through this War of Independence.
Roboteers, stand by.
Flying the flag for the state, someone has to. Frenzy there at the controls, Patrick Campbell and his wife, and Detonator from Dartford. Claire Greenway extending the aerial for the controls for David Crosby. Hope the United States competitors would last as long and be as durable and long-lasting as the US presidential election, but that's not the way it's been so far. But look at this, Frenzy! Absolutely pummeling Detonator! This is what we've been waiting for. The length of that weapon is formidable! Bashing and crashing and smashing, and Detonator looks like a pummeled prune out there, and now they've spiked themselves on the arena floor. This is great stuff. Matilda comes in, and they're back ready to fight again. Poor old Detonator will not thank Matilda for that. So a stateside challenge at last, in the shape of Frenzy from Los Angeles. Bash and crash. Well, almost as many devastating splits in Detonator as there are in the San Andreas Fault in Los Angeles from Frenzy. And Detonator nudged towards the flames. There's nothing left, I'm afraid, for David Crosby and the team. I'm sure they... Oh dear, oh dear. There's a rhythm to it, a menacing, awful tattoo being beaten out there by the drum of Frenzy's great axe masher, tenderizer. Hardly kind to tender hearts. Claire Greenway just 17 and Tegan Crosby just 8 in the Detonator team. And that's what's left of their machine. How can you smile? They've been scalped! Where's the 7th Cavalry when you need them? Oh, poor old Detonator! On fire! But Frenzy looks a robot to really be frightened about. And this could be the War of Independence. Independence, Terminator. In the shape of Frenzy, Detonator has been terminated. There's Dead Metal on the left-hand side. And Shunt onto the arena floor flipper. And then the last moment of action we'll see from Detonator is to be tossed unceremoniously into the air. No Thanksgiving for Detonator. And the pit remains. Hardly the Dartford tunnel, but the team from Dartford are about to sink into the oblivion of the pit of despair. Well done, Frenzy.
Stand by.
Representing the UK, Ming 2, with Andrew Cottrell, dad to Alexander and Oliver, and there's Frenzy, Patrick Campbell at the controls, not forgetting his backup team, by the way, George Milero and Emil DeMilo. Alexander and Oliver, our young strikers, our midfield maestros, and Patrick, of course, a quarterback. With the Axo coming down, slamming on the top of Ming 2. Now, how much can Ming withstand? A little cheeky flip, just to say we're okay, but are they? I don't think they are. And I think he realises they've lost all forward, sideways or backwards power and momentum, which means that Ming 2 is a sitting duck. And Frenzy, all joking apart, have been very strong competitors. They may be overweight, overpaid and over here, but they're over here on a mission. Frenzy to slam dunk Ming 2 out of the Wars of Independence. And they're doing just that, and this is painful to watch. In comes Bash, down the left, and Dead Metal, of course, on the right, opening the pincers. That damage was sustained in the very, very first attack, although they flipped the lid, so to speak, and a gesture to suggest they were still in there fighting, they weren't. And Andrew Cottrell knew. Look, you see there's no power in the tyres at all, is there? There's nothing there at all. And they're on their way out. Ming 2. Well, we will have the Dream Team final. The Stars and Stripes and the Union Jack will be represented in the War of Independence. And it will be no Boston Tea Party, I can tell you. Ming 2 will not be there, of course.
Stand by.
Flying the Union Jack from Nottinghamshire and Cambridgeshire, Mortis, Rob Knight and Arthur Chilcott, and from the United States of America and Los Angeles, Frenzy. There at the controls, Patrick Campbell.
3, 2, 1.
Started by chucking a few tea bags over the side of a ship in Boston Harbour. Occasionally ever since, we've had our grudges. And now we have the worst of them all in Robot Wars. The War of Independence, and Mortis on the attack immediately on Frenzy. Look at the axes coming down, oh bang, and crash. It's the weightier weapon, that's for certain. But the more frenzied attack comes from our very own Mortis. And not forgetting Sergeant Bash and Frenzy's toppled and turned. Well, flying through the air, it seemed like a spaceship there for the minute. Comes down though, and prepares to have a nudge at Mortis. Sergeant Bash in there as well. Locked tight on Frenzy with the claw. Now Sergeant Bash could get involved because Frenzy was pushing the CPZ immediately by Mortis right at the start. And again it would seem, and Frenzy spinning around. He's like some weird alien space saucer. But Mortis, like a great silver gleaming tank, trundles back on the attack on Frenzy. The close-up shows the axis hammering down. More control weaponry though from Mortis, certainly. They're trying to use the lifting arm there, you see. That can also double up as a Stream X self-riding mechanism. Frenzy is the more laboured attack, but is it the more heavyweight attack at the moment? The Mortis shell is holding firm. Aerospace grade materials in the Mortis team, and still the repetitive bash of the Mortis axe. Well, they've been around Robot Wars, the scene, for so many years, the Mortis boys, without really ever doing themselves justice or picking up any honours. But I think here, they've got this War of Independence. They certainly have Frenzy on the run. Can they flip them up and over using the long arm? They're over! Now can Frenzy right itself using the weapon? The soft underbelly of Frenzy is exposed. In goes the Mortis axe. It's the Woody Woodpecker song from Mortis. And Frenzy can't right themselves. Their weapon has been immobilised. And it means that Patrick Campbell's machine is now at the mercy of Mortis, all the way from Los Angeles. And certainly very creditable and credible opponents as well. Now the torch, though, of Sergeant Bash. Killalot has them in its grip and will draw Frenzy ever so slowly but ever so surely towards the pit, I would imagine. We see it descend, and the UK Robot Wars fans make their feelings known. And also so does Bash, because I can tell you very secretly, one of his chips comes from Silicon Valley.
Cease.
California, here I come. Right back where I started from. Mortis are the winners of the War of Independence in this style against Frenzy into the CPZ. That meant the Sergeant could come out, and we saw the repetitive acts all the way through. Frenzy toppled over, couldn't self-right. The damage had been done, and the Union Jack flies over the Wars of Independence.
There's Dwayne Bingham, the controller of Rocky Balboa, John Waldron at the controls for Medusa Oblongata, and Patrick Campbell for the back. The house bots in this bout will be Kill-A-Lot and the flame-throwing capabilities of Sergeant Bash.
Three, two, one, activate.
And here we go. The bat gets in the middle of trouble, and the wings go flying, but the bat doesn't go flying with it. The bat has got a mean disc on the front, though. 2,500 RPM ought to destroy just about any of its opposition. Rocky Balboa looking intent on doing some damage. As he backs Medusa Oblongata right into the rail, Medusa doesn't look like he's moving at all. As the bat gets pushed in sideways by Rocky Balboa, look at the hop off of that thing. Whoa, 2,500 RPM's enough to get some airtime off of these 200-pound-plus robots. They got some major power on that disc as Kill-A-Lot is swinging the dead Medusa Oblongata around, drags him over to the corner patrol zone where he may just have to devour him. But hold on a second. Refbots come into the action and he's starting to count down the bat when I think it's actually Medusa Oblongata that was out of there first. And look at Kill-A-Lot put Medusa up on its side. It ain't going nowhere. The only thing is the audience wants to see some damage. They don't care who it is. As the Refbot counts it out, only 2 bots are going to go through, and one has to be a loser. And I believe that loser is going to be Medusa. But we'll see what the judges have to say about this. Well, no matter what the judges say, Kill-A-Lot wants to do some damage, and Bat is at the receiving end, that's for sure. And Rocky Balboa triggers the pin. So one of these lucky bots, or unlucky I should say, are going to get an early burial. Kill-A-Lot sets up the bat for the kill, and Sergeant Bash comes in with a little tag team action and dumps the bat in the hole. Back to the bat cave. All right.
And by.
And let's take a look at Mad Cowbot with Ted Shimoda at the controls, Gaylord Campbell and Wayne Yamasaki. And there's the bat with Patrick Campbell at the controls and Eric Stoliker. The house bots in this round will be the metallic mayhem mastery of Kill-A-Lot, joined by the flame-throwing excitement of Sergeant Bash.
3, 2, 1. activate.
Here we go for a place in the finals. The Bat and Mad Cowbot, and the Bat takes that 2,500 RPM flywheel and launches Mad Cowbot. Fortunately, the Cowbot boys made an invertible bot. It doesn't matter if he's upside down or not, as he tears a wing off the Bat. And the Bat looks like he's having a little trouble with that flywheel now. Wow, if that thing gets up to speed, you never know what's going to happen. As he tears another wing off the Bat. Well, at least it streamlined the Bat. And it looks to me like Mad Cowbot has only got one side of its drive going because he's spinning circles. Was a great evasive move in the beginning, but the Bat goes for the pit trigger. A great bit of tactics to use the arena when you've got not much left in the weapons department. As the pit goes down, the audience knows it, and Killalot is coming out. Obviously, he's chucked the rule books away. He's not supposed to be out there unless someone is immobilized. And Mad Cowbot, he's got half his wheels working, so that's okay. The Bat is looking a little slow, but he's not out of it yet. Well, Mad Cowbot has got that spin down. Maybe that's all he's got left. There's a belt hanging off the front. Definitely lost one of his drive wheels. And I think he's lost a belt off his weaponry as well. Anybody for some Mad Cow burgers? Barbecue is just getting toasty. Well, in true Mad Cow style, he's spinning around in the flames without very much of a sense of direction.
C.
And there it is. They both went the distance. This is going to have to go back down to the judges.
We certainly saw a lot.
From Leland, North Carolina, Rocky Balboa. From Stevenson Ranch, California, the Bat. Roboteer, stand by.
There's Rocky Balboa, the crowd's favorite, and Dwayne Bingham behind the gum shield. And the Bat, with Patrick Campbell at the controls, Eric Stolker and Barbara Romero. The house spots in the final will be Killalot, and joining Killalot for the gruesome twosome completion, Shunt with a Diamond Edge axe.
3, 2, 1, activate.
The green light from Repbot, I gotta remind you, the winner of this bout go down to the grand finals of Robot Wars Extreme Warriors later in the series. But right now, Rocky Balboa is looking hungry as they push the Bat into the Border Patrol zone, and Shunt buries his axe right into the side of the Bat. The Bat still got its wings, but it can't fly away. Rocky Balboa crossing the flames, trying to get a good angle at the Bat. But look at that, Rocky Balboa is just dominating, carrying the Bat over to Killalot's Corner Patrol Zone, where Killalot is going to make him feel the pain. Killalot with those pincers from a Jaws of Life. Just trying to remind the Bat to stay out of where he doesn't belong. Rocky Balboa dragging the Bat into the grinders, up against the rail. The Bat better get its bot in gear, or else they are going to be out of there. They've got that 2,500 RPM spinning flywheel going, but it hasn't connected. Great strategy on Rocky Balboa's part to come in only from the side. Stay away from that front weapon, because it can do some damage, like we've seen in previous rounds. Well, the Bat is looking limp and battered. Well, and back up onto the fire, maybe we have some fried back. Rocky Balboa is not giving up here. We haven't seen much action out of that saw, but we haven't needed to, because Balboa's been on the attack from the beginning. The poor Bat doesn't know which way is up at this point. He's on fire, he's battered. Balboa just won't let up. And it could be, yes it is, time to go back to the Bat Cave, as Rocky Balboa are the champions at this final. Great battle.